Let me do this, please. Okay, we want to thank you for coming. Our mom Linda was born March 6, 1945. She had her 80th birthday this year before she passed away on May 16th. She was the youngest of 5 girls, which all passed away before her, which she is now reminiscing with, and her parents and my daddy. They grew up in Saugus, Mass, on Harvard Ave, and if anybody has talked to my mother, she would tell you, no, I didn't go to Harvard. As many of you know, and you've heard the story over and over, the house was on the Saugus River, where her and her girlfriend used to row her boat. And guess who taught her how to row? Her mother. They would row under the first bridge, then under the second bridge, but never the third. As the guys from GE would hoot and holler at all the girls. Our dad was in the Air Force and was honorably discharged in 1962. He developed MS and was confined to a wheelchair. He met my mom sometime after that. They married. Hold on. Hold on. They married July 14, 1967. And apparently I was a bun in the oven because I finished baking November 3rd that year. We moved from Stoneham to our house in Reading about a year after I was born and have been living there ever since. My brother started brewing somewhere in February, and he joined us November 18, 1969. My mom was my dad's caregiver, was raising 2 kids, as well as tending to the house and the yard. As many of you know, we have a lot of grass. She would mow it all with a push mower, which took her hours, because my dad couldn't do those things, and he had to have the best lawn. On top of that, we had our grandparents, my dad's parents, living with us for a period of time, and my Nana had to have the biggest garden. And guess who had to tend to that? Mom. My dad passed New Year's Day, 1998, from complications after surgery. I believe he was 59. I was going to research it, and I didn't research it, but somewhere around there. Okay, it says 58, and we'll go with that. Mom loved to dance and sing to her oldies, growing up playing all her 45 records. Do you remember those small records with the big hole in the middle? Mom got to enjoy both of our weddings, mine in 1999, which was small, and my brother's in 2001, which he wore a beautiful light green dress and danced the night away. There are some of the pictures of her on it up in the boards out back. Eddie and Shannon were blessed to give Mom 3 grandchildren, Stephen, Eddie, and Kyler. Mom was also blessed by my stepson, Mark, so she had 4 grandchildren in total that she loved dearly. On January 25th, 2021, my nephew Stephen blessed my mom with her first great-grandchild, Jackson. We are so happy. She was so happy to finally be a great-grandma. In July 2019 was the year Mom was diagnosed with bipolar, Alzheimer's, and dementia. It was a long 6 years of trying to give Mom the best life. We had her go to the Dutton Center in Wakefield. She hung out with her friends there. They did all sorts of activities, and the staff there were amazing. They loved Mom. And Jake, and every time, you know, oh, this guy's picking you up, and she'd be like, who's that guy? I mean, with the dementia, sometimes I was Kelly, sometimes I was Mom, or sometimes I was asshole. The dementia is one heck of a disease, because you got your good days and you got your bad days, you know? But you just try to make the best of every day. With my husband, I want to thank you, Jake, for stepping up the way you did, in a way that most men would never, ever step up. She loved you so much, and then obviously kept asking you a couple times if you were married. But what I mean, for trying to juggle work and everything, and it came to a point where Mom couldn't be alone, and Jake was there to bring her dad out, but he's gonna say his piece, okay? We also want to thank everybody that helped us out, like when we tried to go on a cruise, or if we wanted to go out to dinner, that, you know, came over and sat with Mom and stuff like that. We very, very greatly appreciated everything. Nikki, I need my phone. This is the next part, sorry.
Doing good, huh?
I'm almost done, sorry. Okay, so as you know, in the middle of the table, I got you all favors and a little poem, Remember Me. Some people know, some people don't know. But when a cardinal appears, many people believe it signifies a visit or a message from the deceased loved one. This belief is rooted to folklore and spirit traditions. They are cardinals seen as a messenger from the afterlife, a symbol of love, or a sign of a loved one in spirit. The bright red color of the cardinal is also associated with love and the belief it represents enduring love between the living and the departed. I want everyone to take one home with you, not just to remember my mom, but to remember the people that you've all probably lost in your lifetime. Thank you all, I love you all.
Just want to thank everybody for coming, and just use this day to remember my mom and how much full of life she was. And she had a lot of good times in this room, and shaking her butt like she really liked to all the time. And I know you guys know that. And again, to all the people that did help out with her when she was sick. So we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna have some delicious food, and thank you all for coming again.